Hello everyone, today I am going to tell you about a terrifying criminal who emerged from the shadows of Sichuan. Within just 2 years, he spread the fear of a bloodthirsty killer, committing a series of brutal crimes, with over 10 of them being particularly horrifying. The government even deployed thousands of police officers in Sichuan province to hunt him down, but he managed to escape in a mysterious manner. However, the most frightening aspect of this criminal is not just the number of murders, but his distinctive style of killing. His victims were all government officials, and their deaths were extremely bloody and excruciatingly painful. The story begins on August 5th, 1997. That afternoon, the dormitory of the Traffic Police Department in Bojiang County was broken into by a thief. After randomly choosing a room to break into, the thief rummaged through it, hoping to find something valuable, but left empty-handed. Just as he was about to leave, he accidentally discovered a pistol and a box of 30 bullets hidden under a policeman's pillow, so he quickly took them and left the scene. That evening, when the police officers returned to rest, one officer discovered the gun and the box of bullets were missing, which caused him extreme panic, and he immediately reported it to his superiors. Moreover, although the thief had entered the room, only the gun and bullets were taken. Upon receiving this urgent information, the Chengdu City Criminal Investigation Bureau immediately deployed forces centered in Bojiang to investigate and apprehend the criminal. Despite their efforts, they could not stop the ambitions of this criminal. On January 9, 1998, the thief broke into the home of a worker in Dai County, Chengdu City. At that time, the victim had left for work, but remembered shortly after that, he had forgotten his helmet and returned home to get it. When he opened the door, he unexpectedly found an intruder, but was shot dead on the spot before he could escape. This was the first gun murder case in Dai, causing widespread panic among the local residents. The police suspected that the stolen gun had fallen into the hands of a cold-blooded thief. They immediately intensified the investigation process that night. Through preliminary investigations, the police found that aside from the traces of searching on the victim's body, the house seemed relatively undisturbed. While the police were still puzzled about where to start, the autopsy results revealed that the bullet used to kill the victim matched the bullet stolen from Bojiang County. When the Bojiang police heard this report, they were overjoyed, as they had been searching for that gun for half a year. Finally having a lead, this discovery also caused great unease among the police. If the criminal dared to use the gun to kill once, he was highly likely to do it again, and perhaps even multiple times. Thus, the two police departments cooperated in the investigation to find the criminal. As anticipated, only 47 days after the tragedy in Dai County, the criminal appeared at the residential area for officials of the Jinjiang District Police Department in Chengdu. On the morning of February 25, 1998, when Wang Mei, an employee of the Jinjiang District Police Department, went to work, she left her sick husband at home to rest. The thief broke into the house during this time. Initially, he did not realize there was anyone at home and concentrated on rummaging through the house. However, the noise accidentally woke Wang Mei's husband. Knowing he was too sick to confront the thief, he secretly called his wife for help, but was discovered and immediately killed. On the other end of the line, Wang Mei, still in shock upon hearing about the intruder, heard a gunshot and quickly called a colleague to go home with her to check the situation. When she opened the door, she came face to face with the thief, who did not hesitate to shoot her in the forehead before fleeing. According to her colleague, after hearing the gunshot, he rushed upstairs and saw a man wearing white gloves coming down, possibly the perpetrator. If true, this thief was indeed bold, brazenly leaving the crime scene without any fear. After examining the bullet wounds on Wang Mei and her husband's bodies, the police confirmed that the bullets matched those used in the previous Dai murder case and were identical to those from the box of 30 bullets stolen in Bojiang. At this point, numerous questions arose. Were these crimes committed by the same person? Moreover, since the victims of both cases were government officials, was this a deliberate attack on the authorities or just a coincidence? The leaders immediately summoned the most elite police officers in the area to form an investigation team to resolve the case as soon as possible. After establishing the investigation team, they sketched a portrait based on eyewitness testimonies and intensified investigative activities in the relevant areas. However, even with such extensive investigations, they could not find any leads. This person acted carefully, leaving no traces each time he committed a crime. Additionally, his merciless actions suggested that he was likely experienced. Therefore, the police began searching through Chengdu's criminal records, hoping to find some clues, but the search results yielded nothing. Meanwhile, another incident occurred. On October 23, 1998, in the residential area of the Grain Bureau in Shuangliu County, Chengdu, a similar crime took place. A man had just returned home when he discovered someone inside his house. He shouted and grabbed a nearby stick to confront the intruder, but the latter pulled out a gun and shot him dead before he could escape. This time, the perpetrator showed no mercy, firing 2 more shots into the victim, killing him instantly. Upon receiving the report, the Shuangliu County Police immediately sealed off the scene. Preliminary investigations once again found that the 3 shell casings matched those from the previous cases. The police concluded that all 3 previous cases and this one were committed by the same person. According to neighbors, they were too frightened to do anything but hide in their homes and watch secretly. They saw that the killer was a middle-aged man, about 1.65 meters tall. Soon after, the Shuangliu County Police quickly uncovered a crucial lead, according to their report to the higher authorities. Since January 9, 1998, there had been 4 consecutive daytime burglaries in Chengdu. The diligent investigations identified a suspect with the surname Yang. A witness recounted that on the morning of October 23rd, while resting in her rented room, a man broke in and started searching for valuables. Fortunately, after finding nothing, he left without harming her. After the thief left, she immediately called the police. The local police then sealed off the surrounding areas and quickly focused on a man named Yang Jun. However, further investigation revealed that this person had forged identity documents and exhibited unusual behavior. The investigation into his movements showed that he often checked into hotels on the same day or the day after a crime occurred. This raised suspicions among the police. Was the person impersonating Yang Jun connected to the recent string of murders and robberies, or were they on the wrong track? Before the police could delve deeper into the investigation, the killer appeared once again in Shuan Town, Bojiang County. At around 4 p.m. on December 7, 1998, a teacher, returning home from work, found his door open. Not thinking much of it initially, he turned back upon seeing a shadow inside. As he fled, the intruder chased him with a gun. During the chase, the intruder shot the teacher in the arm, causing him to fall. Another teacher passing by witnessed the incident. The 2 pursued the intruder to the school, where he continued firing at them. Realizing he couldn't capture the criminal directly, the teacher reported the incident to the nearby police station. After leaving the station, he commandeered a motorcycle to continue the pursuit, but ultimately failed to catch the intruder. When local police learned of the situation, they immediately deployed over 100 civilian police officers to the scene. Chengdu City Police also sent a large number of military police, traffic police, patrol officers, riot police, special forces, and police dogs to apprehend the criminal. They sealed off the area and set up checkpoints to screen suspicious individuals. However, after working continuously for 20 hours, the police still could not find any trace of the criminal. They then interviewed witnesses, with the teacher describing the intruder as a middle-aged man, shorter than 1.7 meters. This closely matched the suspect in the previous murder-robbery cases in Chengdu. Despite the police's relentless efforts, the results remained fruitless until another incident occurred in Wengshuan, Sichuan province. The terror did not end there. On March 24, 1999, a female employee of the Wengshuan Telecommunications Bureau returned home from work to find an intruder inside her house. As she tried to run for help, she was shot 3 times and died on the spot. However, unlike previous occasions, the criminal did not immediately flee after the murder, but continued to rummage through the house, eventually leaving with 38,000 yuan. Upon receiving the report, the police quickly arrived at the scene, but were still too late to capture the criminal. After a preliminary investigation, the police discovered that the 3 bullets used in this case were linked to the series of crimes in Chengdu. They quickly initiated a large-scale manhunt centered in Chengdu, expanding their efforts to neighboring counties and cities. Additionally, they discreetly issued a wanted notice to related units. Unexpectedly, shortly after the investigation was launched, another crime occurred. This time, the perpetrator, using the alias Yang Jun, checked into a local hotel. The female staff member recognized him as the man who had previously broken into her house to steal. She secretly reported this to the police. Aware that the suspect was armed, the police did not rush to apprehend him. They knew that cornering him might lead to a shootout or suicide. Captain Hu, posing as a hotel staff member, entered Yang Jun's room with a knife, while the deputy chief of county police waited outside with a gun. This way, if an incident occurred, Captain Hu could subdue the suspect with the knife, and the deputy chief could use the gun if the suspect attempted to escape. At 3:47 p.m., Captain Hu entered Yang Jun's room. Seizing the moment when the suspect was distracted, he subdued him with the knife. The deputy chief quickly joined in to assist, and they successfully captured the notorious criminal. The police later found the stolen gun and a box of bullets hidden under the pillow in the hotel room. After his arrest, it was revealed that his real name was Yang Dihui. He came from an ordinary family in Sichuan and had a habit of stealing since childhood. Due to the poverty in his village, he left to find work elsewhere, but soon returned to his criminal ways, unable to endure the hardship. Initially, Yang Dihui only admitted to stealing the police gun and denied involvement in the other crimes. However, under police pressure, he eventually confessed to all his criminal activities. Previously imprisoned for theft, Yang began harboring resentment towards public officials and vowed revenge upon his release. In 1997, while working outside with other inmates, Yang successfully escaped from prison. After his escape, he resumed his criminal activities. In his first crime after re-emerging, he stole a police officer's gun. Over the next 2 years, he committed dozens of crimes, including 17 major cases. The incidents mentioned here are only a few of them. It wasn't until October 1999 that he was finally captured and sentenced to death, with the sentence carried out immediately. Although he faced the justice system, the punishment seemed too lenient compared to the atrocities he committed. Truly, his acts were monstrous. Indeed, evil is not just an abstract concept, it manifests in our lives. However, it is essential to control and manage it. In the end, karma ensures that the wicked will pay for their deeds.